And we're live. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks.
Okay, let me have someone type into the chat box. If you can hear me, just put a yes in there, please. They're not hearing me, Chris.
People are saying yes.
Oh, I'm not seeing it in the chat. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, all right, well, that's very interesting. I guess I was speaking to myself for the last 10 minutes. So we're going to start this little presentation all over again. Chris, can I have the first slide, please? So we're going to have 4 presenters on with us today. The first, of course, is yours truly, followed immediately by Chris Holmes. Chris is going to be doing the presentation of our videography package. Then Michelle Joseph from our trusted title partner, Equitable Title, is going to talk to you about how Equitable is handling today's real estate closings. And then finally, our Director of Operations and Agent Support, Alan Dion, is going to finish up with some more specifics about what's going on in the marketplace, some statistics to support the fact that there really is business being done in today's market. And then also getting into a little more detail about the vendors that are providing the programs that are part of our virtual real estate package. So yesterday I was on a call with the president of Aura, who had several attorneys on the call. A couple of things that I wanted to pass on to you from that conversation. The first question was, do realtors qualify for unemployment compensation? Under the state unemployment compensation, the answer was no. But there is a federal program that if you qualify, and there's a long laundry list of things that you can qualify under, apparently there is a compensation package of $600 per month that, $600 per week that realtors are going to be eligible for, and that will be paid up to April, May, July 31st. So if you have an accountant, or if you have, well, specifically accountant, or if you have other questions, you can contact Aura, and they'll give you some of the information that will apply to how you can receive compensation. I guess the main question that was addressed yesterday was the apprehension in the marketplace. Apprehensions occur when we don't know what's going to happen, when there's unpredictability. And the fact is that nobody can predict what is going to happen totally to the real estate market. But that said, there are a couple of positive things that we need to bear in mind. First of all, the government has decided that we are an essential service, and so we are not falling under the quarantine guidelines that other people are asked to honor. I hope all of you are staying at home as much as possible, and adhering to the health protocols that the government is recommending. We are doing that same thing here at the office. We do not want you coming into the office. We're doing most everything through our virtual connections now. We are able to send out commission checks by email. So if you do have a commission, you have a closing, you have a commission check coming, if you get paid at the closing table, that's preferable. If that doesn't happen, and that can sometimes happen with builders and some attorneys, then if the check comes to us in 3 days after we receive the check, I'll be able to send you a check by email. You can print that check, take it to your bank and deposit it, or you can just take a picture of the check and deposit it directly into your account like you would any other check. Chris has included a couple of links to some articles in support of the fact that we are an essential business in the world today. People need a roof over their head. So buyers, sellers, and renters are still actively there and doing business. The numbers may shrink, but I will promise you that there are going to be a lot of realtors in other companies that will just stop doing business. And at Ameriteam, we don't quit. So we want to go out and get our share of the business that is available. So we need to adapt and overcome this challenge. We're going to overcome it by changing the way that we do business. It's a virtual world today. People think about it. Years ago, I imagine no more than maybe 5 years ago, people didn't want to do business with Amazon. They were afraid to put their credit cards on the internet. And now today, everybody is doing business with Amazon. So people get used to things as change happens. Sometimes it takes more time for those changes to be accepted, but the acceptance is going to happen a little bit quicker, we think, in the real estate arena today, because that's going to be how business is conducted. So there may be fewer customers. There are a whole lot fewer agents. We need to get out there and get our share of the business that's available. And we're going to do that by tapping into our digital programs and our social media tools. So we put together a special program. It's a proprietary program for Ameriteam agents. We're going to talk about the listing side of it right now. I had hoped to be able to present the buyer side. I'm not sure we'll be able to do that today. I'll talk to you a little bit about it and give you some idea of what we're going to be able to do. So our virtual program is going to start with video programs with high resolution 3D video, much like the Matterport that I'm sure you're all familiar with. So the customer is going to start seeing a drone flyover of a listing. The drone will then zoom down to the front door, and our videographer will open the door and go room by room while they do a narrative walkthrough of the property. We'll also be able to see a bird's eye vision of the layout of the property. High-res still photos are going to be part of the package that's included in the videography program, as is the editing, so that everything comes together in a very nice package and a very nice presentation. The second part of our program includes discounted title services. And there's a special offer that Equitable Title is going to make available. I'm going to let Michelle speak to that. And then the final part of this is a complete home sanitization. we have made an arrangement with a company that's going to come in prior to a buyer moving into one of our listings, and they will sterilize this home. And I'm told that the sterilization will kill 99.999% of any germ or virus that's in that property. So it will address anything on surfaces, including the flooring, the countertops, the walls, the ceilings. Every part of that home is going to be sanitized. So a buyer can be assured before they move in that they're moving into a home that's livable and is safe for them. We put a price tag on this package of $725 for homes up to 2,000 square feet. And then for homes over 2,000 square feet, it will be an additional 35 cents per square foot. So if you have a listing that's 2,025 square feet, you will multiply 35 cents by 25, add that to the base price of 725, and that will be the price for the package. Who's going to pay for this package? It's your option. The seller can pay for it. The agent can pay for it. You can split the cost. It's strictly up to you. But if you look at all of the features of what we've been able to put together here, the price for this package is untouchable. The videography alone is in some cases worth as much as this. So it's a real value for our customers and a real advantage for you as agents to be able to present to sellers. This program will minimize the amount of foot traffic coming through their property. We will be doing video open houses of the property as well. I'm told, Alan told me that the MLS now has a virtual open house program on the MLS. Let him speak to that later when he does his his presentation here. So that's the program as we put it together. It's we hope a solution to listing and selling in this virtual. Sorry, traffic noise outside. The solution to listing and selling in a virtual world. So I'm going to now turn over the mic to Chris. And Chris is going to talk to you a little bit about the video program that we put together.
Hey guys, how's it going? You could just
Click on the mute on the microphone.
all right. So we're going to be offering a package that fully covers the house from, as Alan mentioned, from flying over around the property, showing you the local location where it's at, to pretty much like flying in the door with a narrated video walkthrough coupled with that to give that personal feel and to talk about the features of the home. In addition to that, you'll be able to have a virtual tour that you can control through that's similar to the Matterport, a 3D fully immersive. It actually spits out floor plans as well. And so I have a video here to show you guys just a quick presentation of some of the features that we'll be able to offer in that package.
This.
welcome to Miram House. With majestic columns and intricate stonework, Miram House is the pinnacle of luxury living.
Oh, sorry about that. I was on mute. So with that being said, that covers all the features within that video. In addition to that, we're going to have high resolution still photos. So it covers a complete package. Sorry, I was on mute, guys. So WebinarJam is a little bit of a different platform than Zoom. We wanted to try to create a different experience and hopefully more reliable than Zoom. Zoom's been a little overloaded lately with everyone working from home and doing meetings. So Michelle, if you're here, you can hop on, click on the, make sure you take your mutes off and turn your video back on. Hi. You gotta, you're on mute, so click on the microphone. Yeah, there's a button for the video and the microphone. I don't know. Can anyone hear Michelle? I can't hear. I can't hear Michelle. All right, so we're having some more technical difficulties, guys. Sorry. Thank you for bearing with us. You might have to log out of the presentation and log back in using the link that we sent you, Michelle. We'll come back to Michelle. We'll transition to yeah, she's gonna log out and come back in. So Mr. Dion.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome, awesome. Volume, love volume. Okay, so I got stuff to talk about. A lot of you folks attended the Zoom meeting for for the announcement of the initial program last Friday. Yes, Tony, Zoom is king. However, so many people think it's king, it's jamming up the system. So people are logging on, so many people that it's bogging down, and others have had
you turned your thing off.
Now?
Oh, we got Michelle. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
All right. So I didn't say much anything.
Oh.
Yes, we agree. Zoom's cool too. So
If
we'll
you
figure all this out. I'm going to hand it back to Michelle. You know, it's hard to talk with your hands when they're down here and you can't see this. But Michelle, the stage is yours, and I'll be back when you're done.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Still learning all this Zoom and chat rooms and all that. So I just wanted to say, you know, we really appreciate the continued support. And as you guys know, everything's kind of changing as the closing process is changing. We're doing everything at Equitable Title on our part to keep everybody safe. but still feel included. One of those things is, you know, we've sent out quite a few updates requesting, you know, that only the limited amount of people attend closing. So whether that's the buyer or the seller, just so that we can keep that social distancing and, you know, safe practices in order. We have, you know, all our closing agents are taking extreme precautions right now as far as, you know, wearing protective gear and hand gloves and masks. And, you know, we're asking that we have only those parties that are signing come to closing. And then we can actually Zoom in the agent or the lender to the actual closing, so they are still part of that process. We've actually offered drive-up closings. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and send all the documents to the party that's signing. That doesn't need to be notarized and that can be signed electronically. That way, when they're actually coming into the office or coming, you know, through the drive-through closing process, that they're only having to sign those limited documents that do require notarization. So we've kind of, you know, we're sending people out still to do mobile closings, to meet and do, you know, outside closings at their homes. You know, we're asking if people want to meet outside at one of the offices. So we're doing whatever we can to still accommodate the signings and the closings, but practicing that safe distance. We have the remote online notarization. As you know, lenders have said, there are certain documents that are not allowable to be signed via the remote online notarization. So just know that we're doing everything on our part to continue with closings. We still have closings happening. We're still seeing contracts come in, which is a great sign that everybody's still doing business. Part of the virtual package that we are offering to the Ameriteam office is on the closings, you know, up through this process moving forward, while we're still doing this social distancing. Equitable Title will be offering $75 off of our closing fee as part of this package. So that will be a significant savings to your client. So I just want to let you guys know, Equitable is here. You know, working from home. Our staff is still working. We have some staff working at the office. And then we have some staff working from home, but our search department is still operating. We're still able to turn searches over within a few days. So one of the things that you guys can still continue to do so that we can, you know, make sure that this process goes along and runs smoothly is when you're getting your listing agreements, send them over to Equitable so we can go ahead and order title. So when you guys are getting those contracts come through, we can go ahead and have that information readily available. But if you guys need any assistance doing net sheets, how to do a net sheet, any of those things, please feel free to reach out to me if you don't already have my contact details. I know it's in this virtual package, but I just wanted to let you guys know that we are here for you, and we can't wait to see everybody else moving forward. So if you guys have any questions or need me to add anything, please feel free to put it in the chat and I will be more than happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so we'll give a few minutes for any questions to come up. I see Mabel said something stopped working. Laura's got question marks. Everybody still online with us? Oh, Nicholas. Yes, thank you, Michelle, for that information. Michelle, you're muted again.
Sorry.
Bingo.
I put about an 8-minute video together. It's exactly how to work our title capture net sheet. It's how to do a seller net sheet, how to create an account, how to do a sale to net, how to do multiple offers. So if anybody's interested in getting that link to utilize that, please let me know, and I can send that out as well. But I just want to let you know we're still continuing on with classes and things moving forward. I have Relax, Refresh, and Relearn class coming up. I have a How to Hold Title, a vesting class. I have loads of classes, so you guys be on the lookout. We're still doing classes and, moving forward as, we normally would. So thanks, guys.
Michelle, if you could email me that link, what I'll do is I'll get it up on the university. We actually have a place where they can click to see information for equitable title. And so
Okay.
we include that, and they can just go there all the time and have it. Also, Michelle, if you're going to be hosting classes, since it's all virtual, whether you host it or we host it, however we put it together, let's readjust our calendar. We can get some of these back on our training calendar, and we'll work together and get some of those out.
Yeah, perfect. I'm hosting a class a week, so I'll send out that information to you. I've got some really good classes, like do you really need a survey? What, different one's FERPTA, so we can all kind of change up the way that we're, farming our business. So FERPTA, I'm going to have a whole class on FERPTA probate wills. So you guys be on the lookout. We're all going to kind of have to change up, our farming. And so please email me. I have a lot of information for you guys. So thank you. Someone had asked, is the 75 discount on any type of closing during this time or a specific type of closing? No, it's on any type of closing. So $75 discount is going to come off the closing fee during this virtual closing process time. So, all right, thank you.
You're on mute.
Oh.
Alan, you're on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Send me a copy of your calendar, and I'll put it on our calendar and publicize it so that all of our agents will have access to those scheduled trainings and events. That'd be great. Perfect. Okay, so Alan left me for last. Not necessarily the best for last, but I get the last say. Right, Alan? Okay, so here we go. Today, just wanted to make sure we highlighted a few things that we brought to attention today. First of all, this is being recorded, just so everybody knows. So we'll have access to this again later. And we thank you for your patience as we're all getting used to the technology that's been here for a while. We just haven't been taking advantage of it. Let's face it, most of us like getting together face to face. Yeah, thank you, Carmen. I'm the ham, you're the turkey. So anyway, right. So what you should see in attached files, there's a downloadable picture that's customizable for your social media marketing. So you want to be able to grab that file, take a look at it. There's instructions there on, it's called Canva Digital Training Maritime.pdf. Those are instructions on how to edit that, personalize it, and use it for your social media. So you can actually push that out. Not everybody's doing, matter of fact, nobody's doing what we're doing right now. So this is kind of cool to get it out there and get it in front of customers and say, look, this is stuff that we're doing that nobody else, not to this level of detail. So I just wanted to make sure we touch on those things. We did have a Zoom meeting last Friday, and I shared an outline of this package. This is where we kind of opened it up and said, "Hey, look, this is what we're doing, and this is just adding more to it, getting more detail for you guys to use." All of this including the Zoom. The Zoom is already up on the university. You can actually go and click, and the Zoom videos in the auditorium, as well as the agent help section. You'll see it there too, as well as the downloadable doc that we shared on Friday as well. So all of that's accessible. And in regards to the university, I have been and will be for a while. I will be in the networking lounge. So anybody who wants to pop in and say hi virtually can do so. And we've actually had a couple of agents pop in with questions, and we can talk face to face. A phone call is good. Text is fine. It's quick too. I mean, I'm here and I'm wherever, but I do try to stay online when I can. And so you're welcome to come into the university, into the networking lounge, and just say hi. So I'd like that. Other things I wanted to touch on too. Let me see, covered that, networking lounge. Oh, something I wanted to share. I put out a BombBomb video, I don't know, it was the end of last week. And I had done some statistics, and I have them written down somewhere, but they're in the video. You can go find it and watch one of the latest. I think it's just labeled news. We're busy. Michelle mentioned that she's doing closings. They're busy. Everyone's busy. I had a letter from a customer through conversion, actually, because the tools that we have, they're working for us. And so in this particular case, she'd been looking at homes, and I just automatically sent her homes similar to what she's been looking at. So she wrote me this. She says, do you think somebody's going to pay $300,000 plus for a house during these trying times when nobody has a job and everybody's being furloughed without no notice? Thank you for sending me the home, but no thank you. Well, I understood her plight, and everybody's kind of having the same concern. And, I get questions, what are people doing? What's happening out there? I have a listing. She's telling me, should I even have it on the market? And the answer is yes. This is actually what I wrote her. This is a little bit more detailed than what I talked about in the BombBomb video last week. Well, I wrote her this. Dear Miss so-and-so, I hope this email finds you well. I humbly apologize for any appearance of crassness on our part, but I assure you that despite everything that is going on, there are many people who are pressing forward with purchasing and selling homes at all levels. In fact, the industry is adjusting, as you hear, not just from us. Aura sent out a dial-in. They just called you, and all you had to do was accept, and bam, you're in the town hall meeting, hearing all that information that Alan shared at the beginning of the meeting, which is really cool. News articles are coming out, all of this. Anyway, in fact, I says the industry is adjusting rather quickly by offering virtual tours of homes, sanitization of newly purchased homes, and all the activities are within adherence to CDC guidelines. Yes, we're doing it, but we're trying to be as safe as possible. So I said, just out of curiosity, I reviewed our own multiple listing service and acquired the following information. These numbers are for last week alone. Last week, 3,587 homes sold. Out of those homes, 1,200 were above $300,000. Last week, 2,982 homes went on the market. 1,070 of those homes were above $300,000. Our MLS covers a major portion of Central Florida, and so the numbers do reflect a significantly large area. I hope this is helpful. I encourage you, along with many of my active clients, to feel free to press forward with your dreams and aspirations, as this crisis will indeed pass. I've included some interesting articles for your perusal. I don't know if many of you subscribe to Realtor.com, but they put out a series of articles that are very supportive of the industry as things are. So that's I found those numbers. I was quite surprised, pleasantly so. And lastly, if you've logged on to MLS within the last couple of days, you've seen this. Let me get down the camera. MLS is going virtual. Virtual viewing options. They're actually have included now a selection for virtual open houses. And they've rewritten some of the rules. Article 4.6 listing remarks. They have included for people who absolutely do not want to show their property, their homes. They don't have to take it off the market. They can put it temporarily off market. But all this stuff is up on your MLS. If you can't find it, let me know. I'll help you. But it should be, it should all be right there in your upper left-hand corner when you log in. If you've already clicked through it, read this, go back and actually read it, and you'll find that quite helpful. So that is all the information I have. Again, all of this information, so when everybody goes home, this information, the PDF, the camera, this just in, before I continue. Specifics, I want to get into specifics. The part of the program that we haven't spoken in detail about, sanitization. So I just want people to understand that the prices that we have in there for sanitization aren't a whole house cleaning. They don't go in and shampoo the carpets and all of that. This is a process they use to make sure that it's sterile. So they're sterilizing the home, they're sterilizing the countertops and the nooks and crannies and any place people touch. It's a sterilization process. And so it's manageable in that respect, from a cost standpoint. So, I mean, people can move out of a house and they generally make it, fairly clean. But this is just an added benefit, the sterilization portion of it. 911 Restoration is the company that we work with. They're working with us, and not only that, but we've updated in Dotloop. You'll see them as a preferred customer. So they're actually all included in all of our documentation and paperwork. But in closing, beyond the sanitization of the property, all of this information, this is supposed to be recorded. So we'll have this and all of the data, the Canva training, and the pick, all of that. If you haven't pulled it down for yourselves already, it will be put on the university and made available to you today. And we hope that everybody stays safe, and God bless. Alan, before we go, since we got everybody here, we got good attendance. I appreciate everybody for showing up today. I thought you might have some closing words before we depart.
I do. I never run out of words. I think Nick Muchagrosso would like to have a few words. So I think he had a question. So Nick, I'm going to turn you on here.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Thanks, guys. So I don't have too much to add in regards to this particular program. However, we were talking with Alan, both Allens and Tony and myself yesterday, and just wanted to let you guys know. I don't know if you've heard things in your own little, corners, and people maybe working with other lenders who are stopping with some of their FHA programs, or they're raising their credit limits and this, that, and the other. So there's some weird things going on in the market. I will tell you that some of that is true. Some lenders are stopping certain programs, but we are not. So we're still going to be able to offer loans down to 580. We're still going to be able to do most of what we've been doing before. The only stuff that's on hold at this point is like your down payment assistance, just because they're waiting to kind of see what happens with the market. But yeah, like Alan talked about, right, we're all kind of navigating this. Obviously, you have a great tool at your disposal with the ability to have virtual and have the sanitization. So just know, if you have a borrower who's feeling maybe a little concerned, or maybe they went to their bank and they were like, sorry, we now have a requirement where you have to have a 680 credit score, have them give us a shout. I've already talked to several people who've had situations where their lenders kind of changed the rules on them in the middle of the process, and we're going to be able to do most of what we've always been doing. So here for you guys. Obviously, we miss coming into the office, miss seeing all you guys, but working from home, very exciting. I got my 10-month-old loan assistant as well. So if you guys need anything, just give us a shout. And thank you guys as always for being partners with us, and appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick. I love the caveman look with the beard.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really trying to get a full thing going, but I'm about to give up. We'll see. When I come back, I'll be nice and fresh, I promise. All right, see you guys soon.
Okay. We have a couple more things to do here, but I wanted to just touch on the buyer side since we had Nick as part of our presentation today. In thinking about a package for the buyer side, since we don't control the video, what we thought we might be able to do is include a home inspection discount at a very special price for Maritime Realty in conjunction with the home sanitization program. So I spoke this morning with a home inspection company. They were going to get back to me. They may have already by email, but I haven't been able to check my email since we're on the webinar now. So as soon as I have that information, the only thing that will be, we have a promise of them doing something with us. What I don't have is a price that I can quote for you right now. So we hope that it's going to come in at something extremely good. We're pretty confident it will, and I will let you know what that information is. Watch for a text and or email from me as soon as I have that side of the program. We want to be able to offer a special package that gives our customers confidence to proceed in this marketplace. The final part of the presentation, Chris is going to take over and do a little quick demonstration on how to personalize your ad that we've created for your presentation on social media and other places. So, Chris, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you, sir. And hello again, guys. Thanks for bearing with us here. So first, I'm going to go through kind of fast of the file you're able to download. So the first thing you're going to want to do is sign up for a Canva account if you haven't already. And you can select anything when you're signing up. Small business is probably the most fitting. Canva is free, and you're able to download your artwork without any kind of watermark or anything. They have advanced features for their pro package if you're interested in that. Then you can skip the invitation option. And when it comes to selecting your first design, you can use one of the presets, or for this purpose, we're using what's called a Facebook link post. So the standard size for that has been predetermined by Facebook, and we use that size. I'll paste that in the chat, what it is. It's 1200 pixels by 630 high. And so you would select on custom dimensions, and then you would type those in, as you see here. And I'm going to walk through this live on a screen share here in a moment. All right, and then it's pretty simple as far as, you just grab the corner, drag and reposition so that it fits within the canvas size. And then from there, you're able to use Canva's tools to edit and affix your text or any other effects that you might want to. Now, because this has already been a pre-designed graphic by Maritime, you're not able to edit the pictures or the title or the bullet points or anything that's already been determined. All you're able to do essentially is add your own personal information, your name and your phone number. All right, and then when you're done, you're going to click on Publish in the upper right-hand corner, and then Canva will actually give you quite a few options for the format that you can download the file in. Of course, the most useful format is going to be a PNG file, and we can go ahead now and look at second. All right, so here we are at Canva. You'll sign up with your email. They'll send you a email to confirm your address, like most sites do. Once you do that, you'll be able to log in, and it takes you to their homepage, which looks like this. When you have used it a bunch, you'll have all your recently designed media here in the top, and they provide you many different templates and things you can use. It's a really great resource. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this before. So we're going to start with a new design. In the top right hand corner, create a design. Again, we're using custom dimensions, which are 1200, 630 for a Facebook link post. And then what you want to do next is scroll down to where it says uploads on the left hand side. Looks like, are we frozen here? Sorry guys, I had another window open. So, oh, okay, that it opens. So this is a technical issue here. One second, I have to select a new tab here. So it opens a new tab, and then it brings you to their actual builder. So on the left-hand side, you click on Uploads. And then at the top of this window, you see where it says Upload an image or video. You click on that. And then you'll select your file from the email that we sent. And then it pops up here. So once you click on it, it brings it over to the working space of the canvas. And the proportions are the same, but you just want to put it in a corner and then drag it to the opposite corner so it fills the entire space. And that's it. From there, you can just add your text. You click on the text on the left hand side. You see here in the top, it gives you options for headings or subheading or tiny text. And then they also have font combinations as well. For this purpose, you're just going to probably use something basic such as a subheading. Add your information. You can drag it by clicking the edge of it. Select it. In the top tabs, you have the options to change colors, make it bold, and so on and so forth to manipulate it around the canvas. And when you're done, you just click on Publish in the top right-hand corner. And you can share it. You can post directly to your Facebook from here. I wouldn't recommend that. I recommend just downloading it and using the PNG. That's the highest quality, lowest file size. You can also download it in a JPEG or a PDF if you prefer to save a print quality version of the file. Wouldn't edit the size or anything like that. Just click download and it puts it in your downloads folder automatically, just like that. All right, so it's pretty simple. If you have any questions, you can call me or email me. I'd be glad to help with things of this nature. And I'll put my information in the chat as well. Thank you guys for tuning in and bearing with us. I'm going to give it back to Alan.
Good job, Chris. Thanks very much. Chris is very savvy technology guy, so for all of us who are challenged, he's a great resource for us to use, and he will do his very best to accommodate whatever your needs are with your technology. Chris is a permanent member of our staff now. His title is Director of Talent Acquisition and digital strategy. And so today he's wearing his digital strategy hat. So that's going to conclude our webinar for today. I know it was a little bit long, but I hope it was good, valuable information for you. We've tried very hard to put together a package that was going to be unique to Ameriteam Realty, that you can use for your social media advertising. If you do the video program, of course, if it's on the MLS, it'll also go on to Realtor.com and all of the other Zillow and all of the other websites that the MLS promotes too. I think Alan didn't touch on the MLS part of it, but there is a feature for virtual open houses, and so excuse me. So that's I think an advantage for you to be able to get that information out onto the various platforms that your customers are going to be searching. So stay well, stay healthy, stay very positive and committed to your real estate career. We are going to come through all of this, and I'm sure that when the fog lifts, everything is going to be going at full speed. We need to be prepared for that, as we always are. So thanks again, Ameriteam, and we're here to support you if you need us. Catch up later.